right, so we're home. I got the old blue truck here, home from the Beaver Lodge and the Hythe grocery stores. Got our first pickup out of the way. I wasn't sure how that was going to go. I wasn't sure if we were going to get 3 apples and a jug of milk, or if we were going to need the stock trailer to get all of this. But anyway, stopped in Beaver Lodge, and we got 2 small boxes, and I thought, okay, well, that makes sense. That's why we got sent to 2 grocery stores. But then we went over to Hythe, and holy man, did we ever hit the jackpot here. We got bread, we got pumpkins, we got fruit and veg, we got a whole box of meat. So I'm gonna get this into the shop and sort it out here. Okay, so just open the box of meat here, and right up front, the dogs are gonna eat good. That's fantastic. Look at that, beautiful steaks there, right? And this is exactly why, as a producer, we wanna close that loop, right? We wanna like bring it full circle, because if this goes to the landfill, what an awful, like what a sin. What a sin that is, right? So I'm going to dice this up. Dogs are going to eat good for a few days. That's fantastic. But then next in this box here, I got a whole pile of chicken breast, right? So I can't do much with this in its current state because it's raw. It's been refrigerated. It's still good till tomorrow, but I'm not about to feed raw chicken to the cats and dogs. So I'm going to get the big turkey fryer out. We're going to make some chicken soup. And then the cats and dogs can eat chicken soup. So the other thing we got here was this Betty Crocker gluten-free pancake and waffle mix. Now, I'm not surprised that this stuff sat on the shelf. But nevertheless, what to do with it? What to do with it? I think I'm just going to mix it up, make some pancakes, and then feed them to the chickens that way. Because why not, right? Why not do that? Or maybe I could bake it into a loaf or something and give it to them that way. I mean, alternately, I guess I could mix this with some grain and then just soak it. But either way, we'll find a way for it not to go to waste. Holy man. This fella told me that this one box here was fruits and vegetables. Not at all. It was Alberta AAA beef, aged 14 days. So this stuff is, as you can see, $17.61 a kilo. It is on its way out the door. So I mean, that's a $26 roast. You know, this is packed. This was packed 3 days ago. Sat on the shelf. It's got to go by the 20th of October. So the big fellow there is gonna eat like a king. So notwithstanding the fact that we got about $300 worth of roast beef that we're going to be feeding the dogs this week, we also got a whole mess of pumpkins. Now, I'm pretty excited about this because sheep love pumpkins. Chickens love pumpkins. And I'm looking at this thing and thinking, aside from that little divot there, and maybe it's a little bit ugly on the backside, but I mean, arguably absolutely nothing wrong with this. Now there's some cuttings in the bottom of the bag or whatever, some onion cuttings, some turnip cuttings. We got some whole turnips from the other store as well. So I'll dice some of that up and cook it in with that chicken breast there. And the dogs will just, I mean, they're gonna do so well on that stuff. This stuff, chickens and sheep are gonna have an absolute field day with. Just toss that pumpkin over the fence there for the big boys. Look at them, they just love that stuff. They'll kick that thing around and break it right open. And the funny thing about pumpkin seeds too, now I know this is anecdotal, I don't know if it's true, or I don't think there's any science behind it, but the old wives, they say that pumpkin seeds are fantastic to deworm your animals. Now, I don't think they help if your animals have worms, but maybe they create an environment within the gut that isn't friendly to worms. It's more of a prevention than it is a treatment. So my wife's out there right now cleaning out the camper. I got it winterized the other day, but she's getting all the groceries and stuff out of there for the year. And judging by what she's pulling into the house, I'm thinking for supper might be stale potato chips and some of those canned mini corns. It's not looking good. Well, I don't know if anybody else has had a near-death experience with an old tractor like this. But my plan was to come in here with the old yellow tractor and scrape off the floor. I scraped everything into the center with a rake, and then I just back bladed everything out and out to the field so that I can bring the ewes in at lambing time. Now I want to do that now while everything's not frozen, right? Makes a lot of sense. But this old yellow tractor, you know, it's been sitting outside for a while, and I have a habit where, I mean, the choke, the button or whatever to pull for the choke is real stiff. So I get down here and I manipulate the choke, and then with the other hand, I reach around here and I start this thing. Not thinking, this tractor's in the 1970s. There's no safety device that says the clutch has got to be depressed or it cannot be in gear. So if you got that choke just right and you hit that key and that thing's in gear and you're perched down here, this big yellow beast will roll right over top of you. And I just happened to be this far away, and this tire rubbed down this leg, and I got my foot kicked back just quick enough that I managed to hop out of the way and then just reach forward. And I tried to slap the thing out of gear because it was driving across the yard, and I couldn't do it. So I managed to reach over here and quickly shut it off before we had a runaway. Anyways, that's enough. That's enough excitement, enough adrenaline for one day. I probably need to go hug my wife and kids right now. So I'm going to let you go for now. I hope you're having a fantastic and safe weekend. And I'm thankful that I get to see you tomorrow.